Hi children, welcome back to social science class. Last class we studied about state legislature and we studied two types of legislature, unicameral legislature and bicameral legislature. So what is unicameral legislature? The state having only one house, that is known as unicameral legislature. The state having only legislative assembly is known as unicameral legislature. Most of the states in India have unicameral legislature. Then what is bicameral legislature? Bicameral legislature means state having both houses, both legislative assembly and legislative council is known as bicameral legislature. 6 states in India have bicameral legislature that we already learned: Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Karnataka, Maharashtra, Uttar Pradesh and Bihar. These are the states, main states in India having bicameral legislature. I think children, it is clear to you. Today we are going to learn about legislative assembly and legislative council. So children, every Indian state has a legislative assembly. First we will compare and study legislative assembly and legislative council. So first children, legislative assembly. Every Indian state has a legislative assembly. Every state in India has legislative assembly, and this legislative assembly is also known as Vidhan Sabha. So legislative assembly, every Indian state has legislative assembly. Legislative assembly is known as Vidhan Sabha. Legislative council is known as Vidhan Parishad. Legislative assembly is known as Vidhan Sabha. Legislative council is known as Vidhan Parishad. Okay, legislative assembly is the lower house. Legislative council is the upper house. Lower house, upper house. Then legislative assembly, it is the power of common people. Legislative assembly is the power of common people, and the members of legislative assembly, they are directly elected by the people through election. Directly elected by the people through election. But in the legislative council, how the members are elected? Legislative council, the members are indirectly elected, either indirectly elected or the governor is nominated, or nominated by the governor. That is about legislative council. Then legislative assembly, what about the members of legislative? Members of legislative assembly is known as MLA. Members of legislative assembly is known as MLA. Members of legislative council is known as MLC. Members of legislative council, MLC. Okay, so what about the members of legislative assembly? Legislative assembly members not more than 500. Okay, the members not more than 500 and less than 60. Okay, the members of legislative assembly will be not more than 500 and less than 60. Okay, and some state have exception. Some state exception cases are there. Some state, you know, in India it is very small, like Goa, Sikkim, Mizoram. These all states have below 60 members. Below 60 members. Then you know children, largest populated and biggest state, one of the biggest state, Uttar Pradesh. 404 members are there. Okay, 404 legislative assembly members are there. Okay, so I think children, it is clear. And governor, then children, what about the members of legislative council? It should not exceed 1/3 of the total number of Vidhan Sabha. It should not exceed the 1/3 of the members of Vidhan Sabha, and not less than 40. Not less than 40, or should not exceed the 1/3 members of Vidhan Sabha, and not less than 40. That is the member of legislative council. Then next children, Vidhan Parishad or the Legislative Council, it is a permanent body. It is a permanent body, but Legislative Assembly is not a permanent body. Legislative Assembly is not a permanent body. It will be dissolved. It will be dissolved each 5 years, you know, children. Election will be conducted. So each 5 years it will be dissolved, or governor can dissolve it before the completion of 5 years. Before the completion of 5 years with the advice of Chief Minister. So Legislative Council is a permanent body. Legislative Assembly is not a permanent body. Okay. Then we will look what about the tenure of both the houses. Legislative Assembly, the tenure of Legislative Assembly is 5 years. 5 years is the tenure of Legislative Assembly. Legislative Council, the tenure is 6 years. 6 years is the tenure of Legislative Council. Okay, so after 5 years the Legislative Assembly dissolved, and after election will be conducted, and the next in that election the members will be elected. But in the Legislative Council 6 years will be the tenure, and each 2 years 1/3 of the members will be retired. Each 2 years what will happen? 1/3 of the members of Legislative Council or Vidhan Parishad is retired. Okay, so that is about the tenure of Legislative Assembly and Legislative Council. Now we will look what about the presiding officers of both houses. In Legislative Assembly, Speaker and Deputy Speaker is the presiding officer. Speaker and Deputy Speaker is the presiding officer. In Legislative Council, Chairman is the presiding officer. Chairman is the presiding officer. So this is the difference between both Legislative Assembly and Legislative Council. Legislative Assembly is also known as Vidhan Sabha. Legislative Council is known as Vidhan Parishad. It is lower house. Legislative Council upper house. Here it is the power of common people, and the members of Legislative Assemblies are elected by the people. Legislative Council members not directly elected by it, they are elected, not directly elected, either they are indirectly elected or nominated by the governor. Then ma'am told here the what about the members not more than 500 or less than 60. Here what about the members in Legislative Assembly? 1/3, not more than the 1/3 of the members of Vidhan Sabha in that particular state, and or not less than 40. That is the member of Legislative Council. Legislative Assembly is not a permanent body. Legislative Council is a permanent body. Legislative Assembly 5 years is the tenure. Legislative Council 6 years. 6 years is the tenure. Then Legislative Assembly presided by Speaker and Deputy Speaker. Legislative Council presided by Chairman. This is the difference between Legislative Assembly and Legislative Council. Our next topic is election. So you know children, India is the largest democratic country in the world. India is the largest democratic country in the world, and you know 18 and above, every individual 18 and above have the right to choose their candidate, or they have the right to choose their representative through voting system. Through which system we are electing our representative? Through voting system. Everybody have the right to cast their vote and to elect their representative. So you know children, ma'am taught you in the last class, for the purpose of election the entire state or the entire country is divided into many constituencies. So election will be conducted in all the constituencies. After the election, which party get maximum seat, they will become the ruling party, or the majority seat getting party, they will be elected as the ruling party, and others will become the opposition party. So you know children, when the general election held in India in 1951, the first general election held in India in 1951. After that, every 5 years we had election. Okay, every 5 years election will be conducted, and the executive and our council of ministers, they were chosen from among the members of a single largest party, or it may be a coalition party. What ma'am told children, our executive body or the council of ministers chosen from among one single, the members of a single party, single largest party or a coalition. So if a party, ma'am told in the election which party will get maximum seat or maximum vote or the majority support, they will become the ruling party. Okay, if no party will get clear majority in the election, then what will happen? A coalition government will be formed. Okay, so what is coalition government? In a election, no party will get clear majority, means what will happen? All the parties together, they will form an alliance. That is known as coalition government. Okay, then last 2 years back we conducted election in our school. So you are remembering which are the procedures of election? What are the important steps of election or procedures of election? So first what will do? Nomination. Okay, so the candidate, those who are like to participate or to become the candidate, they will give the nomination. Okay, after giving nomination, then election campaigning will be there. Okay, election campaigning 2 week like that, election campaigning will be there. Then after that, the name of final list of the candidate declared. After the name of the final list of the candidate declared, and right up to 48 hours before the date of polling, they can do the election campaign. Okay, during the campaign, what they will do? They will approach the candidate. Okay, they will approach the voters. Candidate, they will reach to the voters and they will give different promises. They will informing the voters about their policies and persuading them to vote for them, cast their valuable vote for this candidate. Okay, so this is called election campaigning. Okay, since the general elections held in India, ma'am told 1951 onwards, general election held in India. After that, after 1951 onwards, in India have regular election based on free and fair manner. Okay, free and fair manner election conducted in India as per the constitutional principle, and the electoral law. Many laws are there. Okay, in election also many electoral laws are there. By following these electoral law and the constitutional principle, after 1951, ma'am told first general election held, and after since 1951 onwards, free and fair election conducted in India. Okay, and India the entire election, who is look after the entire election in India? Election Commission. Okay, so Election Commission is responsible for conducting the election in India. Okay, so next class we will study more about Election Commission. I think today's topic is clear to you. If you have any doubt, ask me. We will meet in the next class.